What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cheap Drinks and Cheat Codes, Episode 5, codename 5 Alive.
We on 5. We there.
My name is Brandon. Up above, we've got Rob.
Hey.
In the center, always, we've got Josh.
It's your boy.
Top left, we've got Phil.
It's a Gundam.
And to the bottom right, we have Justin.
Last but not least.
Maybe. All right. So today, special anniversary, 5 episodes. We've been doing this longer than I thought we would. Broke out the bottle. Bought a new bottle from Speakeasy Spirits. It is cold brew vodka for all of you Eastern Europeans.
I'm upset you didn't open it with a sword, actually, now that we talk about it.
That's
Just smack it right off. That would have been interesting. Side note before we get started as well, Phil, if you're going to say it's a Gundam, you got to say it like cheesy, like they did in the original ones. You're like, what is that? It's a Gundanium. And then, yeah.
Gundanium.
That's what they said. They would always say that. They would always say that cheesy bullshit. But
Well, in Gundam Wing, they're like, it's a Gundam.
yeah.
Yeah, but didn't the main character, he was like flipping his hair?
Yeah, like,
Some of them, it depended.
I'm hero.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
a
anybody else drinking
Gundam
anything
hero.
classic?
I have a drink. I've got Dogfish Heads, wood aged. I can't say that word, but it's brew. Starts with a B.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Wait, why
Yeah.
can't you say that?
Boys brew.
Well, I guess we can.
We cuss all the time. What are you talking about?
I ran out of beer, so I made a cocktail.
How
It's
to
called the
beer,
Dark and
what a
Stormy.
Cocktail.
It's a dark
made a
rum,
mocktail.
ginger beer, and some lime juice.
That sounds delicious.
Cocktail
And
out
an
of a
entire
dragon's
cat.
mug.
And an
Yeah.
entire cat. Yes.
The cocktail comes with free cat hair.
Come here.
Yum.
All right, what are we
Alright,
doing?
E3's
Big
canceled.
news.
Oh my God! It's
Dun,
almost
dun,
like we called
dun.
it 3 weeks in a row.
So yes, the Electronic Expo is canceled after careful consultations with their members and companies regarding the health and safety of everyone and their fans and the employees and all the people doing the exhibits and everything. It is E3's choice to cancel. It was scheduled for June 9th to the 11th in LA. Unfortunately, as we know, that thing spreading around right now is jacking all up everything. So it is canceled. Thoughts and opinions before we talk about like Xbox and Ubisoft had to say. They
I
did
mean,
say
it
they'll be
could-
around next year. Let me add that. They did say already that they will be here next year.
Upsetting,
Which is
but
a weird thing to say.
understandable.
Yeah, just really hope.
Like, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I don't
could
know.
also be the local government telling them to not
Right.
do it because it's like Oakland and San Diego will not allow people to have organized events with a bunch of
Yeah.
people anymore.
Yeah,
I think it's
Same
like
thing with
250.
Washington, like Washington
Maryland
State
and
and
Florida
everything.
both just passed the same thing. Maryland's, I think, 250. I think Florida's 100
Yeah.
people.
I heard 250 from a lot of sources, so
Yeah, it seems like most of them are like 250.
that's
50,
cray cray.
that's pretty wild.
It's understandable. I'm trying to.
Yeah, so Xbox, the people that have responded so far is Xbox, Nintendo, and Ubisoft. I think since we are discussing this now, I saw one or two others, but the main gist of it is everyone's sad, everyone's bummed. Nintendo's still gonna do their state of what is it? It's not state of play. It's Sony. What is Nintendo?
Nintendo
Direct.
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, so they're still doing that. Xbox has said basically that they're looking into doing something digital, and so has Ubisoft. So they're all going to slowly announce their own thing. It's what it seems like. The big thing for me, or not for me, but the big thing I feel bad at is the indie developers because they can't just go, "Yo,
Right.
what's up? Here's our stuff," as easily as the rest of.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they can. I feel like in the age of social media, anybody that knows a little bit about what they're doing can advertise anything. If anything, I'd say the people that are missing out are people that were waiting for like a hands-on experience.
Yeah, well, like reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably for the best because nobody wants these like to be hands-on experiences right now with everything. So there's that. Microsoft is probably going to just do something digital. They are doing the digital version of their GDC announcement next week. So
Yeah.
I would assume they're going to do something similar.
I would say also like just for the indie games, like all the deals, because I can imagine that a lot of these indie companies go to promote their thing in hopes that a bigger like company will just offer to absorb them. Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft's been scooping them up real fierce.
Even that, like even though it's easy to kind of throw like being an indie developer, not easy, but to like, yeah, everybody can go and just kind of jump online. But I think it's easier to go to like E3 as an indie developer because you then have this mass band of people that are watching one content that your game was being displayed in, instead of like sitting at home showing off your game on a random Twitch stream in case nobody knows the name of it.
Yeah, because they do always do those, like after E3 I always see that article like games you didn't know you cared about.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you think? Do you think any of the large developers will maybe offer a hand to people like this and maybe like incorporate whatever promotional stuff? Don't make that face, Josh. They might be magnanimous.
I could see Xbox doing that because they've bought so many developers.
I think Microsoft would be if any of them. I think Microsoft would be the one that would jump in. Hey, your game looks good.
I could actually see Sony making money off of it and just basically taking bids from smaller developers, being like, we already have this huge online platform. We do this announcement anyways. So what kind of contracts can we cut? Maybe even scoop like some exclusives.
Yeah, so
Sony and Nintendo definitely.
Yeah, so Rob already dropped it a little bit earlier, but Microsoft is doing their version of GDC on March 18th, which is in 6 days, at 2:40 Eastern time. Or what? No, what is EDT? That's not Eastern time.
Eastern.
Is that Eastern?
No. EST
is Eastern.
It says EDT.
EDT might be European. Because GDC is normally in Germany, right?
It could just be a typo.
No, I think EDT, because when I looked at the Call of Duty announcement, it said EDT. I wonder if that's a global.
He is right next to S, though.
EDT is Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, Eastern Daylight Time.
So does it change? It's not Eastern.
We're learning with that.
Yeah, so EST is Eastern Standard Time, EDT is Eastern Daylight Times. Google's the craziest thing. It's the same time.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
So cool. I'll be tuning into that because I'm interested. Because I mean that they could. Huh, Phil?
Just another thing with like, if you're an indie or you were wanting to show something off at E3, I do remember a few years ago, you could get the E3 like app on your PlayStation, and you could like go around a virtual E3. I think it wasn't that big because all you could do was like walk up to something and watch a trailer. But if you're indie and you have something like that, why not walk up, like, hey, watch a trailer. Do you want to download the demo that was going to be at E3?
Here's your.
Then if it looks cool, you can download it and play it. Where normally you're just watching people play it, but now this would be a way to be like, well, we want people to try it out. Here, we'll just throw it online.
Yeah, I could see that. That would work for me. I'd be cool with that. More demos in general, though. More games need demos because a lot of games in this generation do betas. But you know, hey, I'm down with any game that I've played with a demo recently. Final Fantasy, all the Resident Evils have demos. Like they're cool. They're always good. They're always like I'm interested. So I feel like more games could do demos or renting digitally. Like if you put a timer on it, like for any single player game, Spider-Man. I'm like, yo, I'm curious. Like I don't want to spend $60. Maybe I won't like it. Let me pay $5 for an hour. And
well, yeah, by that logic, I mean they don't want you to know whether or not you're gonna like it.
That would just piss people off, though.
It's like a movie. Like they've already made it by the.
They've been getting away with it forever.
Yeah, that's fair. You did buy the One Punch game.
I did buy the One Punch Man game, and fuck that game.
That's fair.
Fuck it to death.
Rob's review coming soon.
Right. It's gonna be short.
Now. It's a full price game. Fuck that game.
FTD.
It's worth maybe $15 at best if you like One Punch Man, which I do. But fuck that game.
That's fair.
Now, did you buy this digital or physical?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I bought it digital.
Rob's a crazy person.
I would never actually go to a store and buy that game because if I looked at it, I'd be like, nah. But it was on a whim. I wanted to give it a shot.
If you did, you could have brought it home, played it, realized you didn't like it, gone and returned it.
That is true, but I didn't.
Or if it was on
So,
Steam, played an hour and returned it.
I mean, if it
There's,
was,
like-
if I bought it physically, I wouldn't buy it physically, so I would have saved myself the full $60.
Big facts.
That's good logic, I guess.
Yeah. So this dropped literally, I think it was like last Friday. So it's been a while, but we still want to talk about because we've been keeping tabs on this GeForce Now situation. So 2K did pull all their games from the service. That's Borderlands, XCOM, Civ. Those are the big titles. Well as probably the sports games though. 2K, the basketball one, whatever that game is called. But that's just a long list of people who have now left GeForce that were originally in the beta, but due to unforeseen reasons, they are pulling all their stuff. So we've already had the Lone Dark guy drop his game out of there. Activision Blizzard. Is that it? I feel like there was more.
I mean, there's been a bunch.
looked
It's been a cascade of things.
There's
It
been
should be.
more
It's
out
worth
than in.
noting that Activision had a deal to give them permission during the beta.
The beta.
period,
Yeah.
and they did not have permission to continue past that. Which
mhm.
I think was just a way for them to do what they wanted to do anyway and drop out of it with everybody else. But in fairness, their initial agreement was just for the beta. So
Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion that Nvidia is not giving them any cutback, and that's why they're just like later.
I just saw an article recently where it says that a lot of developers have no way of even knowing that their game is or is not on the platform without checking the platform.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, I think I think it's everything on Steam unless you say no. Basically, I'm pretty
It's
sure. Or all
it's
the other
everything
ones.
that is supported by NVIDIA, which isn't everything on Steam, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
anything
it
that's
does suck.
supported and is on Steam, yes.
Right.
Or any of the other, like GOG and
Yeah.
Yep.
It definitely sucks, but we do have some good news to report on it. Ubisoft will be sticking with them, so Assassin's Creed's, Rainbow Six, if that's a thing that you can play wirelessly,
Yeah,
or
And future
transferring
titles.
around. Yeah, Ghost Recon. What's that one when you hack things?
Watch
I
Dogs.
can't think of right
Watch
now.
Dogs.
Yeah, Watch Dogs. That'll be cool. So, and then as well
Oh,
as the
enjoy
Cyberpunk. I'll play it eventually. Well, I played the first one. It was just whack, so I never gave the second one a try. The
Second
third
one's
one looks good.
really good.
First was rough. Second was very good.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 also said they will be on GeForce Now with real-time ray tracing. Ooh,
Even if your console doesn't support it. Yeah.
yeah, that's the cool thing there. So if you have a weak-ass PC that can't play the game, you can stream it, but it would require bonkers amount of internet. I would imagine.
It's like
you
50.
can't-
It's like 50 down, like at constant 50 down.
Yeah.
That's just immaculate. That's just...
I'll never
Or
get
if you
that.
know Elon Musk, you can get in early on the Starlink program.
Well, I mean, if you're in a major city, they got fiber out the ass nowadays. So if you're in like
Yeah, that's
Cali or
I don't think that's
Somewhere.
where it actually comes from, but yes.
no, LA has all the fiber. They run it.
That's not what
the
I
whole
meant.
world.
I got you, Rob.
I was also making
It comes from one Earth,
Well,
like one hole in the
yo,
Earth, all of the
Just
cable.
one guy, like, here's your internet. Take it.
It's the South Park episode where it's just a big
it's,
router.
it's Randy Marsh just
Let
on,
me finish my
on
Chipotle, and then
hunt.
you got your internet.
Yeah. On the bigger things here, not bigger things, but more.
things?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, other things. So there's an article here I thought was interesting, with the Google Stadia, and indie developers, where basically they were approached by Stadia to do games, but for very little incentive or really nothing at all. Stadia was basically just like, hey, do you want to make games for us? And they were like, yeah, but like, are we gonna get money, or like, are we gonna get anything? And they were just like, nah, just put your games on our thing. And just to quote some of the people here, they're just saying it's just not enough money there. He said the offer was just apparently so low that they weren't even gonna consider it to get a game there. So a lot of people were quoting like, where's the next like Goose Game, or all those little indie games that are really quirky and not really that thought out, but they're like, they sell, like the dude with the hammer, that game when
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah, getting over it.
Yeah,
Getting over
I
it.
guess what-
Yeah, little games like that Stadia wanted indie developers to do, like go make the next like Shovel Knight, like shit like that was like you would never have thought that was gonna blow up. but did, and they weren't really getting any incentives or anything at all. So just more slam dunk on Stadia. I don't understand.
Yeah, that makes such little sense because of the titan that they are. Like Google should be able to pay whatever stipend they need to.
Yeah.
I feel like they always have a misstep when they first try to dive into like a new.
I mean, first, isn't this like the third year of it?
Well, yeah.
like what?
Anybody know when Stadia?
Well, no, I don't mean like.
I'm
that
pretty sure
specifically,
Stadia
but
was
anytime.
announced like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, but like if they ever come out with like a Stadia 2, it'll probably be like bananas. I mean, they won't call it Stadia 2 because obviously the Stadia is a massive failure.
Well,
Stadia
one of
50
Rob's
gigs.
reviews.
one of the devs did that. They talked to quoted. He was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Google gave up within a year. Which is interesting. As well, I have another quote I wanted to do here. He was like, when we're looking at these type of deals, we're looking at it as, is there enough money where we have resources to make what we want, or this is an exclusivity deal that gives us security. So they want enough money to know they can finish it or not be pressured to rush, as well as they have enough money to do what they want. And that it didn't seem like that was the case with Stadia. From the quotes in which none of the devs were named or anything, but there was enough of them to seem like it was very obvious what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cray. But rolling into more Stadia news, Doom Eternal, which drops, I want to say next week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
on the
Next-
20th.
Next Friday.
23rd or something like that, I believe.
20th.
Yeah, with Animal Crossing,
20th?
right? 20th.
20th, yeah.
That's such a weird spectrum. It's like Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing.
It's both.
Bro, they
sides.
have the mashup. They have a mashup.
Yeah?
The dude from Doom Eternal is in Animal Crossing.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe that.
Google it.
I refuse.
Google it.
But in relation to that, Doom on Stadia will not be 4K. Like, you won't be able to physically get true 4K. Now, that means it will still look good. It will. It's not going to be like, 720p or something. It's just, it will run, it'll run at,
1080.
Oh yeah, I forgot the word. The word they made up. About to drop.
They made up. Yeah. I had to find the funny thing.
Upsampling from
Upsampling.
1080p 60 frames to 2160 at 60 frames. Which,
Yes. I love the word
Okay.
upsample, so I had to find it because it made me laugh. But to run it true 4K, you need to be running at 3840 by 2160, and this game will run at 3200 by 1800. So that's not technically 4K at all, but it'll still look good. Like, if you have a good TV and you're playing it, you're not going to be like, oh,
If you have a good TV
the
and
fuck.
good
Good internet. Yeah, good
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
Yeah, first of all, if you have enough money and infrastructure to have a game streamed at 4K, you're Gucci.
Yeah, if your internet bill is somewhere around $300, you should be okay.
I'm gonna be honest. This is the first I'm reading like the actual figure there, and 320 by 1800 isn't bad.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is,
Like,
I
it's
think
not
the big
that
thing is
far-
the
it's not
2180
that far
or
off.
21.
Well, it's also just going to be a really wonky aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
That's not like an even, integer.
But I think more so
Jeez.
people's complaint is the fact that they're stating that this is 4K. They're not saying what. They're just saying, hey, this game's in 4K.
Right. They're pulling the
And
Xbox
then having
from.
the ... fine print. Well, it's 1080, but we're upsampling it. We're blowing it up. We're gonna
They're
make it
doing their
a
best.
little wider aspect.
Well, that's the
Again.
beauty of 4K. People don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you'd see it if you have a good TV and you click display. Any good TV will tell you exactly what you're looking at.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
but
my
I feel like
TV
it
will do
wouldn't
that.
have. They only have like several programmed responses. So I feel like if
Big
you
facts.
if
Just
you put that
question
in,
marks
it would
pop up.
probably still say 4K because it's close-ish.
It just says 4K ish.
It's like a lowercase k.
But if you're paying $10 a month for Doom on Stadia and then paying $60 for Doom on Stadia, you're tripping. So on to the next thing here, Valorant. If you guys heard about that game, have you heard about it? Do you know? Are you in the loop?
Yeah, I heard about this.
This Valorant game? It's made by who? Brandon?
Riot.
Phil?
Right.
Right.
Riot.
Yes, the people that made.
League of Legends.
So yeah, you can go left, right, or middle. It'll be fun. Basically, in this article, they will not contain loot boxes. So
say.
woo. They will have cosmetics like weapon skins and graffiti sprays, which sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'm mad I have to
That
say
you
it.
have to buy.
That you'll
Yeah.
probably
You do
have to buy.
with,
Have
but it'll be
to
real
buy.
money. You don't have to
Real
buy.
dollars.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy like an in-game currency, and you know what you're buying. You're not like buying a like literally a crate that opens up and is like, you got purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Either way, it's stupid. But if it's just cosmetic, who cares? People will buy it if they want. If not, whatever. It's good to see in a new game. Like I feel like people in all these new games now are like that's like a selling point. Like no loot boxes. Where 2 years ago it was like making it rain, loot boxes. Like Overwatch when Overwatch first came out, like that's when they did it. And then every game after that was like hold the
Yeah.
fuck up, what? So and then it became like what are these loot boxes?
And then it
you
was
say?
streamlined with Fortnite. It became such a smooth money machine with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good to see. And again, there's still going to be in-game stuff, which I'm okay with. Like, if you win the match and you get on the screen stunting and you
I'm
wanna
gonna
look cool.
I'm gonna be real. If they do anything like they do currently with League of Legends that they did whenever I played it, it won't matter. People will buy
Oh, yeah.
everything.
If there's cool skins, people will buy them.
The League of Legends cosmetics are the best in the industry. 100%. The splash arts, like they spend so much money and they have so much talent just on like the artwork that goes into the main screen.
I'm gonna challenge that and say Warframe is better.
Yeah. I'd win.
But we
I
can
would-
discuss that at a
Off
later
stream, I
point.
got you.
I would only agree with Rob because with Warframe on PC especially, people can make skins for the Warframes and then put them in the game. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Like
I'm
I
talking
think
about
that's-
ones you buy.
Yeah,
No,
you,
you
you
buy
still
'em.
buy them, and you actually
still
get a
buy 'em.
profit share if you design a skin that they pick up.
Oh, okay, like CS:GO. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I don't play League and I have no idea. I know there's like 4 billion characters, so
There are,
There are a lot.
yeah. But that's
There's
just
a lot
cool.
of Warframes too, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm just down with no loot boxes.
yeah. If it's not pay to win,
like, because I'll
it's
admit,
cosmetic.
fans,
All day.
listeners, friends, I will admit, when Overwatch came out, your boy went in on like there was definitely $30-$40 spent. Like when the like summer event came out and like Genji had the Japan symbol, I definitely was like bought and was like please. Like that definitely happened. But you know what I'm saying? But if you could just go Genji skin, $10.
Right.
Here you go. Thank you. I got what I wanted. Like, could you imagine in any other life thing that like I go to Chipotle, not a sponsor, and instead of being like
Not
you know
yet.
black, instead of being like rice, brown or black, pinto beans,
You
know,
roll
like
a
meat,
dice
like-
and you're like,
yeah, I literally go. I give them the $12.99 or however much the burrito costs, and then they shake all the shit up, and then whatever is there is what I get. Like that.
Well, more than that, like if it's done in real money, that means they're not making it like an odd increment. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah, you're not
thing
left over with
is
some bullshit.
300, but you can only buy increments of 1,000.
Yeah.
But
They
what
do that on
did for-
purpose.
Yeah, they do 100%.
Have you-
Mhm.
What they did for League is they had riot points. You bought things with
yeah,
riot
you bought RP, and I mean
riot currency.
Yeah,
there were
that's the
odd
way pretty much everything
increments.
works.
There were odd increments, but they were the first ones that really had like what I would say like an obnoxious pricing. Like even though I bought them, I mean like they think of the elite skins on Siege that are like what 12, what are they, $16?
Something like that.
$16.
16, yeah. So legendary skins on League are $30,
Ooh.
and
That's too
they
much.
take over your entire UI in the game, which is pretty dope. But yeah, $30. But League of Legends has changed now. They have like a whole like roll system where you can like re-roll skins that you got and all this other crap. So they've done a lot to streamline it. But aside from the currency, let's talk about the most hilarious thing that happened this week.
Yeah, boy, I bet. So I've been avoiding doing too many links in the Twitch chat because I just don't want to flood it because we have so many people talking to us right now.
Right.
But if you guys do watch this on YouTube, we will post all the links. But this is going in the Twitch chat because it's hilarious. So this Twitch streamer, what's his name? I gotta find it.
I don't even know. I didn't.
Oddly
even,
enough, you didn't put that note down.
What's this guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
I'll
he
find
went
it.
straight
I'll find it.
golden eye on his monitor.
Carl Reamer.
Carl. Oh yeah.
I
Phase.
found
he
it,
was
yeah.
Phase Carl.
Fucking
Speaking of
Carl.
FaZe from last weekend, here's another
Yeah,
FaZe.
well, he doesn't play for FaZe anymore. He left
Yeah, he
FaZe
former.
and joined another squad, and then they immediately kicked him after this happened.
Yeah, so he was drunk on stream and just shot his fucking monitor and a cup, and
Yeah,
easily
shot a
could
mug and it bounced off.
he
into
easily
his
could have got
monitor.
clapped on
Yeah.
stream, because if you watch the video, it shoots the mug and then bounces. They could have easily went and then everyone's just watching him just bleed the fuck out on stream.
Yeah, he shot like a Yeti cup, and it went straight up and shot his monitor. Like, that's crazy. Physics were on his side, Phil would say.
Yeah, he got lucky, but that's just another. He got banned from Twitch, or suspended, at least suspended. Yeah, and he got dropped by esports, like we already mentioned. And he did post
An
a
apology
video. Yes, he posted an apology video like the next day, like I'm stupid.
You still didn't say it right. I want to hear you say
Shut
apology.
the fuck up. I'm done. On to the next thing. He tried to apologize. His apology video. And it's just the normal thing, like, I was drunk, I'm sorry.
I mean, his was better than FaZe Dubs, though, I'll say. Like, because I watched them both pretty much, like, back to back, and his was at least, like, you could tell, like, from his mannerisms, things like that. Like, FaZe Dubs didn't even have the balls to make a video. He just posted a tweet.
Yeah, he tweeted.
Yeah.
Right. But in this day and age of gun safety, and you're just chilling in your house on stream, like...
He had it at his desk. It was there the entire stream. He literally just grabs and he's like, bitch, say I ain't got no money.
Well, like, even that, the best part of that is like he grabs it and then he racks
Oh,
it. And
he
and the round
racked it
pops out.
and he didn't mag dump it. Like, what an idiot.
Like he racked it, watched the round pop out, looked at it, and then still pointed and pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just wanted to post the video because honestly, the video's hilarious. Just because he's just like,
It is pretty
oh,
funny.
shit. Like, it was quite entertaining for me to watch. I watched it like 4 times in a row.
It's stupid. Like, there's just so many people that are being unprofessional. It's something that's supposed to be their professional job.
Yeah, it's your job, especially like that, where like kids probably watch him, and he literally is playing with a gun. Like,
Well, it's really good that, you know, people don't stream couch co-op too often, because that would have just been
that'd have been sad,
awkward.
sad
a
playing day.
murder.
The last day of Spelunky.
That would have been a murder. All right, so
Who
on
done
to
it? Knives Out.
that's a great movie. Not a sponsor, but a great movie. So in other news of great streamers doing this, the dumbest shit ever, Kurt0411 has now just been permabanned by EA. They straight locked my man's IP. He can't play on his current account and system. He can't play any EA games. Like, they were just like,
Yep.
they just shut his ass down.
They locked his IP. For people that don't know who that guy is, this is the guy that recently he got kicked out of competition, then he got kicked out of like streaming their stuff for spitting on like a scarf with an EA logo on it. So he's had numerous run-ins with this company, and while he's not wrong, he's acting very unprofessional about the whole thing. He's been warned several times by EA, and now he can't play, period, like at all, off stream, on stream.
Yeah, because there's
unpopular opinion though. Do you think that this is gonna make him more popular?
I mean, he can't. That's his he didn't stream any other games from what I saw.
Yeah, like
Really?
he plays what, like FIFA, right?
He only
Yeah, that
played
was
that.
his big.
Hold up.
His following is FIFA, and there's other people that play FIFA. They can just be like, okay, I'll go watch someone else.
I gotta
think-
find it in an article. He's streaming now another soccer game. It's a Pro Evolution Soccer
Oh, probably.
by Konami.
Like, no one
They
likes
make it.
those.
Yeah, so he's trying his best here, and I agree to an extent. Like, in any job, you can definitely voice your opinion, but to an extent, like he's an influencer, so he has a higher opinion, and EA watches him, so he could have definitely made some progress. Like, hey guys, here's some positive feedback about your game. Maybe you should change this. All my viewers agree. Like 100,000
Well,
subscribers.
not only that, but I mean, like he would go to events, so that he had direct.
He would meet
access.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee
But
they
he's like,
flew
"Hey,
him out
man,
and spent money
Nice
on
to
him.
meet you, and then behind their back.
Yeah.
Just,
It's like me going to
You
work and
could've
spitting on my boss.
Literally.
You've done it with a lot more respect. Like, you don't disrespect when you're giving criticism. You're like, this was bad. Yeah.
There's a thing
This
called
is how you
constructive
fix it.
criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his ass ain't playing shit no more for EA. So
That's why
we just wanted to recap it because we talked about him, I think, 2 videos ago.
Yeah.
So you can go watch that video and watch us laugh at that guy too. Because we did post a video of him like spitting on the EA flag and shit, which was bonkers. So we are gonna add something here to our normal life here. So our boy Reggie, our Lord and Savior, is now working for GameStop. Thoughts and opinions. I need to find
Bringing
the correct
renting
link
back.
because this is not.
Bringing renting.
Renting.
I mean,
Everybody
I'm a
rents
big
games
fan
from
of-
GameStop. You know you take them back
I'm a
after
big
you
fan
view.
of Reggie. Reggie has done so many great things for Nintendo. I mean, yeah, he like technically like retired. He's coming out of retirement, but maybe he's bored. So
He
knows
did
what he's
retired like a year ago. It wasn't that long ago when he retired. I remember seeing the video because the dude's name was Bowser that replaced him, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
doing.
So I remember that. So let me just give a quick quote from our boy, our Lord and Savior Reggie. The gaming industry needs a healthy and vibrant GameStop. I look forward to being a part of GameStop's corporate board and helping to make this happen. So the biggest thing that we think Reggie could do, we already talked about this a little bit off stream, is the fact that when the Wii U came out, the Wii U came out. It came out and no one bought it. I did though, but no one else did.
I had one.
And Nintendo turned that shit around to hot fire for the Switch. Some might call that just that they learned from their mistake with the Wii U and then just made it completely, they fixed it. But they did not. By the end of the cycle of the Wii U, people were like, Nintendo, what's going on? Like people weren't like, raving about Nintendo. So they turned that 360 around, 360 no scope. So it's just interesting to see that, again, like Phil said, he retired not too long ago. So the fact that he's now with GameStop, which I know Phil, and I don't know about the rest of you, love hard copies. I'm not a fan of digital games.
Yeah,
really. I don't like doing it. Minus computer, which is weird because we have to. But I'd be down to buy the disc of a computer game.
Yo, a Steam store?
I still have some. But yeah, like I just like the idea. Like Rob bought One Punch Man. It was complete garbage, but he bought it, and he was like, "Crap! At least if I could get $20 to $30 for a game I just bought, and I have the hard copy."
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that
not
game
on
was so
Steam.
bad, I wouldn't feel comfortable with anybody handing me money.
But if you did it on Steam, at least Steam is the only other thing, and obviously Good Old Games has that bonkers return policy now. But Steam, you could play it for an hour and be like, "Dude, I don't like this," and as long as you don't return every game you buy, they would give you your full refund.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
digital
So-
return policy needs to be more common. What can you do?
Yeah. But again,
Return
you can
your
always stop
PC.
that.
But I mean, in a
Um,
lot of those return policies, except for maybe GOG, like if you play a certain amount of time of it,
Yeah.
they lock it. And I think on Steam, it's like if you play more than
It's
2
2
hours.
hours, yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah,
More
but
than
by
2
2 hours, you're gonna know if you
Maybe
like a game.
some games.
It depends on the
like,
game.
Yeah, some games
Yeah.
like you could play 2 hours and it's like giving you all this new stuff, and then right after
Yeah.
that, it's like there's nothing new, and you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really that any good.
You know what we call
But you
that?
can't return it.
I mean, it's
Debate.
better than something.
You're
You
bad.
got debated. You got debated, Phil. Played.
Man.
Like
But
in
the-
college.
I don't-
Cinca.
I'm not a big fan of this. Like, I understand Amazon's clapping cheeks right now. Like, they're a big part of why they're losing business. But I still don't like that because sometimes you don't get your day one game because the mail sucks. But like, I personally don't get the whole like PlayStation Online, Xbox Online. I would rather just walk my ass to GameStop. It's like 5 minutes down the road and just buy a physical copy,
Yep.
plug it in, and then if it's not good, or I could me and Justin trade games and go back and forth with games all the time. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
that's
do that digitally.
The best thing you do it physical.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan. But we were kind of talking about things we would like to see GameStop do if maybe we'd go there more often. My big thing, like we talked about, is one of us said get rid of all their like toys, but I said get good, like actual like statues and figures. Like don't turn it into what's that store? Hot Topic.
Burning down, burning down
there are
Hot
these
Topic.
like pop-up shops that like
Yeah.
Capcom and like Konami actually like do in Japan. Like they do these little stores. They pop up for like a few days in these markets in Akihabara. It's the place in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And it's run by them, and they have really, really nice figurines, jackets, and hoodies that they sell.
Yeah.
Have like every now and then, like, hey, Konami just sent us this, limited stuff that's gonna be here for now, and it's really high quality, and then it's gone, type of thing. And then
But
people
I
are like rushing to the store just to get it.
I feel like that went downhill though. Didn't they lose Jinx to Blizzard? Like
I mean,
GameStop way
Jinx
back in the
isn't-
day had Jinx. On their
Yeah,
website,
but-
I believe they used to be able to like buy. It was like an exclusive type partnership where Jinx equipment was only sold through Jinx.com and then on GameStop. Because I remember like using those GameStop rewards to buy like shirts and stuff like that for the games that had just come out.
Yeah.
And the other thing would be like tournaments. Like whenever they would do tournaments, like that was like the shit.
I remember that. But that's
Yeah,
But
That's old. That's
the thing
old
with-
style.
The thing with Jinx is you could still buy it online. These pop-up shops from Konami and Capcom in Japan.
You're saying limited
you
edition
can't-
type stuff.
You cannot buy those online. You have to go to the pop-up shop.
Yeah, they'd have to wait to get popular before they did that.
for
And they
people
just-
who don't know, myself included. What is Jinx?
Jinx was like merchandising. So like
It's an online, gaming geeks and hackers
yeah.
type.
So
it's
so like Phil's
third-party
Gundam
stuff.
wing, like Phil's Gundam wing shirt. Like you would go to Jinx and they'd have basically like a one-off on Gundam. And they'd have like an exclusive shirt or like keychains, like when lanyards were a big thing, stuff like that. But
Okay, but
Jinx
yeah,
is also a Pokemon my brother has a crush on. So
that's fair.
Okay.
So what
Been
Phil
there,
said,
brother.
So what Phil said, I posted in the chat 'cause I saw this the other day and I didn't bring it up. There is going to be a Final Fantasy VII coffee shop in Osaka, and I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to look at it.
They
'cause it's
have.
nifty.
So
It's
they
like a
have
pop up for a
some-
couple years once.
Square Enix has a few cafes in Japan as well. So it's not Final Fantasy VII's, hugely hyped over and beloved. So this popping up is kind of cool.
what you're gonna say about Final Fantasy VII real cautiously.
I love Final Fantasy VII. I was the only one who played the demo so far.
that's true.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
prefer a
Fix.
Final Fantasy X cafe where they just have a bunch of wet floor signs everywhere.
And you gotta play Blitzball to get in.
Yeah, but so yeah, EA, wow, they suck. But no, GameStop. I would like to see better figurines because I would actually buy those because that'd be cool. Get rid. I know they have a lot of things going on with like AT&T because I'm pretty sure some of them are like owned by AT&T. So they do that whole phone thing, which is annoying. But I would just like to see them do just more, not the Hot Topic shit, like all the cheap toys and the just nonsense. Just cut it out. Do games, do higher quality shit, and people will buy it. Like no one's
like some
going in there to
sideshow
buy.
collectibles type stuff. Like
Yeah, no one's
Yeah.
going there to buy a shirt that I can buy. It just looks shitty. It looks like you look at it like this is shitty. Like it's not good stuff because they.
Now
What?
Josh is doing reviews. All right.
right.
Yeah,
Um,
basically.
But one thing that was rumored after, what was it, like a year and a half ago, where they, showed their humongous loss or whatever, they said that they would turn some into like retro gaming stores. They have that huge warehouses full of all those retro games they bought and never sold. Put them back in the stores. Like one thing, like retro shops, they are like kind of a dying breed and they are difficult, but GameStop is still big. Like people go into GameStop if they see something old, and there are more ways to play those old stuff now. Pick it up, it'll be super cheap.
Yeah. Last thing before we go to our next topic, and don't ask me to pre-order a fucking thing because I will punch you in the throat. Because I hate that shit. Like I'm clearly a person who's been playing video games a million years. You want this exclusive map? And I'm just like, yo, fuck you, no. One more thing, I promise. No, don't ask me if I want the protection plan on a game. Like, fuck if you think I'm gonna
No.
scratch a game. What is this? Fucking 1995?
And
Like,
one thing is one thing that made Blu-ray, which is why Sony kept that trademark, the copyright for so long.
Yeah.
Is it's actually extremely hard to
Yeah,
scratch a
100%.
Blu-ray.
Yes,
you have
sir.
to put it in a microwave, or physically scratch it as hard as you can.
I
to
can
hurt it.
attest to this because I pull most of my games out of my PlayStation with my teeth.
Yeah,
it's true. It's gross.
yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with this story.
No, I don't need a protection plane. I'm not
Yeah.
an idiot. I'm not gonna be flinging it around or actually scratching at it, so it's not gonna get nicked up. So
Hit us with the story, Justin. Then we're gonna switch to speed run.
From a protection plan, I had one GameStop guy look me dead in the eye trying to sell me his protection plan, right? He goes, well, even if your download gets corrupted, you can bring the disc back and we'll give you a new disc. What?
You should have hit him with the stunner right there. Just pow. Yeah, that would have been it. That's
A
100%.
corrupted download. Yeah, bring the disc back and we'll replace it.
Sick. I'd just do that indefinitely.
Oh yeah,
I just bought this, installed it. Download's fucking corrupted, bruh.
corrupted download.
All right, everybody.
All right. speed run. That's
Dropped
sort
my
of
phone
fast,
when I
but
did
not
that.
really.
I can't run that fast.
Big facts,
at
big
the-
facts.
look at
All
the
right,
lack
on the
of
speed run
melanin.
here. Basically, the segment we just talk about news that's interesting, but not that interesting to talk about for long periods of time. So, the Nintendo PlayStation. I don't know if you guys saw this. We'll put the link down below, but it's literally a Nintendo PlayStation. It looks like both. It looks like a Super Nintendo. Fuck the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
prototype.
So
No,
yeah, it was a
yeah.
prototype when actually
Nintendo tried to buy Sony.
no,
tried to buy
Sony and Nintendo were in a partnership. They kind of like merged for a little bit there. Sony then eventually left after this prototype because Nintendo was like, I think the story, I could be wrong, was Nintendo was putting too much strict on them and they just wanted to do things on their own. And part of that was when like Square left with them, and then the PlayStations blew up because of all the Final Fantasies going on just PlayStation.
Yas.
But so this was one prototype that came out, and there's maybe 5 out, maybe more, but they're extremely hard to find. You can find them at like retro gaming conventions. Some people still have them, but this one sold for $360,000.
Yeah,
That's it.
To the
Big
owner
dollars,
of
big dollars.
Pets.com.
Yeah.
Pets.com.
It's a big
The
thing.
original owner of Pets.com.
Yeah, somebody don't know. But on to the next. If you're an anime fan, like most of us are here, the anime Re:Zero, which is very, very popular. It's been out 3 or 4 years now. If you haven't watched it, catch up. Like myself. They do have, Rob, what's it called now? Which is the new season 1 that they're redoing. Do you know what it's
I don't
called?
know what it's called, but basically they're repackaging season 1 with extra content. They're combining every 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Some making like hour-long, 45-minute episodes. And then they're adding additional content more towards the end of the season to kind of set up the second season better, and that's why we're talking about it. The second season, due to
That thing.
Undisclosed information.
just got pushed back to July. So the summer season of anime.
Yeah, so instead of
Gotcha.
coming out in spring, it will be coming out in summer, which does push an already maybe bleak anime season out a little bit more, and that also could be bad due to other animes could get the same treatment, which would suck. So we just wanted to bring that up. If you haven't watched Re:Zero, watch it. It's really good. And watch it. Gundam Wing. Phil, Rob, throw your hood up. What's up? It premiered on Toonami 20 years ago. So you know Toonami, that cool guy with the alien suit. He's like, "Hey guy, Toonami." It was on 20 years ago, which is bonkers because that means I was
like a 1 for 1
9.
copy.
I was 9 years old.
You're probably double digits. Don't say
Ooh.
No,
You're
I was
Ugh.
9. I was
12,
9.
12, 13.
Do the math on your own, fuckers.
I was 7.
Yes, but that did come out 20 years ago, so I feel old now. The Konami Turbo Graphics, it's a 16 mini console. It got delayed as well due to that thing. It was due to come out March 19th, but now it has been delayed indefinitely until further notice. Phil, what is this device? What does it play?
So the TurboGrafx Mini was a 16-bit console that came out with the Super Nintendo and Genesis. It was good. Its mascot, like Sega had Sonic, Nintendo had Mario. It had Bonk, which is this caveman who would literally like headbutt things. And
That is so interesting.
And if you climbed up, so you could climb up walls in it too, but he would do it with his teeth.
I remember
no
My kind of
jokes.
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was
To get the Blu-rays out.
It had a niche following. It didn't do great. And I mean, I only ever first played it a few months ago. So, but yeah, mainly a lot of big time collectors were really looking forward to this.
Okay,
It got delayed.
That sounds like a Key and Peele skit. Key and Peele skit, where it's like, "What's up, motherfucker? I'm Bonk," and he just shows up and like hits somebody. But Mortal Kombat 11, we did see the first Spawn gameplay recently. Spawn is coming out on March 17th for early access. If you have the combat pack, if you don't have that pack, it comes out March 24th. I watched the trailer. It looks cool. I've seen Spawn in so many fighters now because I remember when he was in Soul Calibur for the Xbox, which I liked a lot. I did have Soul Calibur for the PlayStation though, so I had Heihachi, which I wasn't mad about.
I feel like he belongs in Mortal Kombat though. Like him and Scorpion are roughly the same character.
You can actually check out the fatalities on YouTube right now.
The character interactions are hilarious. Yeah.
That and the design. I think the design is really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty classic.
Pretty classic. Call of Duty dropped its free to play mode, which I can't think of. Warzone.
Warzone.
Yeah, it dropped Tuesday, I believe. Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
For a meager 4,000 gigabytes, you can play that game and enjoy it.
Very good battle royale. I
it's
must say.
it's very fun. It's to me, it's a polished PUBG. It's honestly with the updates of other battle royales.
I was actually watching you guys play. What was it, yesterday? And you guys were at a point where there was like a couple buildings on one side of the road and a couple buildings on the other. It was like, did they just put PUBG map in Call of Duty? Because it looked exactly like where we would always drop in PUBG.
Some of the others, some of the spots, like the best thing about it is that they kind of integrated all of the multiplayer maps into the large map, and so like if you played a ton of the multiplayer, you'll see a lot of familiar areas. If you haven't, you'll die constantly, like we have.
Yes. If you do want to watch us play, we have streamed it a couple times. You can watch it live, or you watch them after and watch them at your own leisure. It's funny because we just dick around. The one disclaimer I will put out here, because me and Brandon both experienced it: if you're playing this game on PC and deleted the core game because you didn't want the 100 gigs on your hard drive and wanted to play Warzone, like they said you could just download Warzone, you can't. You have to have on your main Blizzard account that has, if it recognizes you have Warzone or the original Call of Duty, it will download both and you will not be able to play. So you have to run that 180 total hard drive space, which fucking is rough. But the game is fun, so watch it, play it. It's free. It's still cross compatible. That's dope, and you can watch us play, and it's funny. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer. Because I couldn't.
For a while, but
I can't imagine that playing that game on a PC because it already looked amazing on PlayStation 4. So
I will say the facial animations during the conversations. Or very robotic.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it too much, but I played that game. I played that game a very long time ago.
But I think it's because they didn't do what most games do, where it's the like the cinematics. Not all of the cutscenes are cinematic. They're more like an additional camera added to the gameplay, where they filmed the guy with like basically doing the dialogue. So they didn't spend a whole lot of time on like crazy animation.
Yeah. So, but that's just interesting because I think this is now the second PlayStation game that's coming to PC, because that's Zero Dawn. The walking game. You walk with Norma Reedus. Death Stranding.
Lord of the Rings.
The Walking Dead.
Death Stranding got ported. Is getting ported too.
I think Yakuza, one of the Yakuza or some of the Yakuza games have come to PC.
Yeah.
And they've been strictly PlayStation, but they're not like a first parties. They just normally only put their games on PlayStation because only PlayStation players really ever buy their games.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I can see if Sony is more lenient with this, maybe more ports are in the cards, like it's a thing, especially because if you look at the markup on consoles, it's not a lot at all. Like they make like $10 on a console. So their big money is their, PlayStation Now and all the subscriptions. Obviously they lose those, but if it's not immediate, like Zero Dawn's been out for what, like 3 years? It's been 4 years,
something like that.
It's
been a while. So if what's the harm? That's just more money now for the devs and for Sony. I don't know what that kind of deal would look like, but it's just interesting because if we can get some God of Wars on PC, again, a year later, people will buy it, people will enjoy it. Red Dead came out a year later,
February 28th of 2017.
Okay, so 3 years ago. So that's just interesting. It doesn't have to be, at the same time, but hey, eventually be supportive. Command and Conquer fans rejoice. I am a huge fan of this. Command and Conquer Remastered will be out June 5th. I love Command and Conquer games. I hate EA for getting rid of Westwood Studios and fucking it all up. And then coming out that fucking phone game when they came out with that shit.
I remember like watching that and just waiting until the end. It's like unavailable on like iOS, and I was like, no.
Dude, when they paid the two guys to walk on stage and like play a match, and it was just everyone's in the stands, just like.
They were just on their phones, like on the stage.
Yeah. They were on their phones on stage. It was ridiculous. They had like the prop set up where the phone was like dangling like a controller at like a GameStop. Like, and they're like, it was terrible. But Command and Conquer, the originals are so good. They're going to be remastered. They're going to look great.
Number 3.
What?
I love number 3.
Yeah, they're all awesome. So that's gonna be good because it's funny for me. Like I have the original, the Command and Conquer pack that comes with them all in one disc, and I have to buy a disc drive for my computer because I was gonna put it on there, but my computer doesn't have a disc drive. So I want to play it. I do. But that's it for speedrun. So that was fun. Any links will be in YouTube. We don't. It's just going to take me too long to sit here and post them on here. So if you want to look at any of the links, anything we're talking about, it will be in the description below. But now on to releasing and relevant. Cheers. So we're gonna name any and all the games that are coming out this week from Tuesday to Friday, and then afterwards we will play a little fun segment that you guys can join in on with if you want to. So we have Destiny 2, Season of the Worthy. It comes out March 10th, or came out, that was 2 days ago, on PC, PS4, and Xbox. Elder Scrolls Online Hero Storm DLC number 47 came out for PS4 and Xbox on March 10th. Woo Woo Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out on PC and Xbox March 11th. Hidden Through Time came out on PC, Xbox, Steam, PS4, and Xbox. I feel like 2 of those are the same thing. Overpass came out on Switch March 12th. Artificial Extinction comes to PC March 13th. Dead or School comes out on PS4 and Switch on March 13th. MLB The Show, for you baseball fans, comes out on March 13th. We got My Hero 1 Justice 2. That's a My Hero game. It comes out PC, PS4, and Xbox and Switch tomorrow. Neo 2 comes out tomorrow as well on PS4, which looks pretty cool. And Warzone as well. We already talked about it, but it came out 2 days ago on PC, Xbox, and PS4. So woo woo. Decent week. Way better than last week. Last week came out. But this week there were things. So we're gonna do a little segment that we'd like to call Fuck, Marry, Kill. Basically, a game you're fucking, a game you're marrying, a game you're killing. We'll go in a circle. So we'll start with Justin and go in a circle.
You always do that. Justin's over there.
Womp.
Yeah, every time.
I'm gonna marry Warzone. I think that shows potential for being something fun for quite some time for right now. I'm gonna fuck.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That got so contemplative.
Probably Neo 2, just because it looks pretty good, but I haven't really looked into it too much. And then killing, probably the Season of Worthy for Destiny 2, just because I've gotten tired of buying so many DLCs for Destiny. It's just outrageous.
Yeah, you're tired of doing raids, bro. You're not down with the raids, dude.
They're fun, but it's like, hey, here's Destiny 2. Guess what? In 2 months, we're gonna have the first DLC pack. 2 more months, it's the second and third DLC pack. Like, they already have it planned out.
Yeah.
Just drop it with the game.
Yeah, they fucked you, fam.
Rant over.
Boom. All right, Philly.
All right. So I'm gonna kill MLB The Show. I wasted too many times playing sports games when I was a kid, so they can go for good. You can get rid of them.
But it's the only sports game that doesn't have packs and money things.
I don't care. It's a sports game. I don't need to play that.
What are you gonna buy? A corked bat?
Unlock Sammy Sosa from history.
So yeah, I'll kill that. I will fuck Neo 2. And marry Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I will say that Dead or School on here is actually already out in Japan, and you can buy the game physically, and because PS4 and Switch are region free. They have English patches on them, so you can literally already play them. So there is. I don't know why this release is here. Maybe it's just like you can get it in the digital stores here, but the Japanese version is sitting in my Amazon cart wish list right now.
Jeff Bezos, not a sponsor.
But I will be adopted if needed.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Oh, I guess I'm next in the circle.
Your middle row.
All right, here we're killing My Hero, because I'm done with shitty anime games. Stop it. Make a good one.
Fighting games, man.
They all suck though. Like none of them are good. Like they got me with that one that Rob, you liked it. The one that came out when the worlds collided.
Oh,
Jump Force?
Yeah, Jump Force.
I did like Jump Force. I thought Jump Force was decent. It's no Xenoverse 2. I fucks with Xenoverse 2 all day.
But
But
Xenoverse, those games are like RPG-esque, right?
Yeah.
Xenoverse is
fighting.
RPG-esque, yeah.
Sort
But I mean,
of.
it's also, I mean, the online version of more or less
Yeah.
a fighting game.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm done with anime games. They can geek out forever.
Attack
and then
on Titan does a good job with anime games. I'm just saying.
whatever.
The Sword
They're-
Art Online ones are supposed to be good too.
Some of them.
I have one of the ones that you bought and had on your video.
Which one? There's only like 3 available.
The second one you showed off. The one where you could
Lost Song?
fly. The one where you can fly.
I think that's Lost Song. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's like out of the 3. That's Hollow Realization, which is actually a Vita game, and then Fatal Bullet, which is the newest one. Those 2 are supposed to be really good, and then Lost Song's supposed to be iffy.
Yeah, Lost Song was
I
whack.
don't like Fatal
in
Bullet.
my opinion.
It's boring.
Yeah,
Continue with your fuck, marry, kill.
Thanks. So I'm in hard debate here on my marry and kill because there's a couple potential. So I'm a hesitantly.
You already killed one.
I'm a hesitantly marry Warzone. Hesitantly, we gonna put the ring on it.
Ooh,
Because-
engaged.
Yeah, thank you.
With
Yeah,
the
I'm
prenup.
gonna get it, but we're gonna spamp that prenup on it hard. Stamp it because with battle royales with me lately, it's like I enjoy it, but then I don't like looting for 25 minutes to just
Why
get
don't you
stuck.
fuck
Man,
it then?
I just pissed me off. No, we're gonna marry it. We're
You're-
gonna hesitantly marry it,
Alright.
and I'm a fuck Neo too, over Ori because I was in the debate which one I was fucking, but I'm a fuck Neo too.
That's fair.
I feel like I'd play it for like 2 hours and then just not care about the story anymore. So
It's a Souls-like game, so you just have to
Yeah.
you play it for the exploration and the difficulty. Because I'm still playing through the first one, and I just when I feel like going back to it, I go back to it. I have no rush to finish it.
big facts. But all right, Roberto.
Let's see. I'm also gonna kill my hero for the same reasons. Just because that One Punch game ruined me. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the day anymore. I'm probably gonna fuck Ori just because I feel like it would be fun, and I don't think I would play it for an extremely long period of time. It would be fun. It's not funny.
That's kind of fun.
As far as marriage goes, I think I don't care about Neo because I don't like any of that Dark Souls shit. And I don't do. And for Mary, I guess I'll go with the Elder Scrolls DLC. I don't play
Okay.
Elder Scrolls anymore. So I'll probably just stay single. Realistically.
You're gonna marry but not live in the same house.
I
Right.
don't know. Like,
That's a long distance
I'd be
marriage.
cool with
You
it
just
both
married somebody
open
online.
relationship.
Do
Well,
you
okay,
like?
let me put it like this. I'm cool with that DLC existing. I'm not cool with Destiny having DLCs anymore. Like, they can go to hell.
That's the equivalent of saying we can date, but I'm not really going to be that into it. But you also can't date other people.
Well, some people are asexual, so
Okay.
it happens.
I don't know.
Are you a fan of like Metroidvania-ish style games?
Every once in a while, it kind of depends.
You could marry Dead or School. It's supposed to be like that.
Don't try to force
I'm
marriage
just
him.
saying.
What is it? He's arranged marriaging it over
marriage.
here.
It's from Japan. You'll love it.
Wow.
It
Just
is
threw
from
down his
Japan.
gloves. I
do
will fight
like
for
certain
this.
Things from Japan, but the title kind of is off-putting.
That's fair.
It is weird.
Because I don't like how
Translation.
certain Japanese games just take 2 words and put them juxtaposed to each other, and they have nothing to do with each
Like
other
that pixie game we just looked at yesterday.
Pixie gun.
Gun
whatsoever.
Pixie.
Gun Pixies.
Also,
whatever it
definitely
is.
not a sponsor.
Also, not,
But if they
100%.
Of what happened? Yeah,
No.
1000%.
Not at
Not.
all.
You could shoot me an email right now. Not happening.
Justin, what we got?
Yeah, Justin, you want to go again?
Oh, Justin did go. Look,
Yeah.
my bad, Brent. I'm looking at I looked at it the wrong way on my thing. My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Mine's gonna be super quick.
it.
I'm gonna need to fuck Ori and the Will-O-Wisp because I've watched a lot of gameplay of it. I'm not a single player game kind of guy, but I've been watching a lot of Spelunky, been watching a lot of Mario Maker, and now this game, and it comes out on PC, and I don't have to have a Switch in order to play a good platformer. So, big hype. I'm gonna marry Warzone. It had like a ton of promise, and I think with all the
I'm so shocked.
yeah, I don't, yeah, right. Like,
Really?
Sorry to blow everybody's minds just real quick, but yeah, I'm gonna marry Warzone. It like literally, I was having flashbacks to like hitting triples and quads on like COD 4, if anybody knows what that is on there. And then I'm gonna kill.
Back in my day.
I'm gonna kill My Hero One Justice too, because the first one was just awful. It reminded me of all of those 3D moments in Baki, where it's like they go up to fight and it's like freeze frame 3D crap.
Yeah, I don't like. I feel like bad anime games are now back when we like the early 2000s when every movie got a shitty game, like Shrek 2.
Oh yeah, Shrek 2.
Like that bullshit. Like that's now this generation. It's shitty anime games. They're everywhere.
That still happens.
Movies still Shrek get 3 the game.
I mean, they haven't done Frozen the game, which super surprised me.
I don't know for sure, but I bet $100 is a Frozen game.
You heard it, folks. Challenge Rob win $100.
I'm a pretty large Frozen fan, my friend.
I would say I think it's the company that's making it. Like, who made the My Hero?
I didn't even look to care.
Bandai owns Gundam, and their Gundam games have been
but Bandai Namco makes smoking games. Like, think of all of the Tenkaichi, all of the Budokai games. Like, they make smoking fighter games. They didn't touch this.
I think it's
Bandai made that game.
Bandai Namco.
What is it, like a subsidiary of them? Like the D team?
They don't put anything into them. Yeah,
they don't.
It's literally just like a team of 5 people that go, I vaguely know what these characters look like, and then that's all that happens.
Bandai Namco, I just shouted you out and you betray me.
That's
I tried to stop you guys. I was like, shut the fuck up. You know?
Pull it.
But I played Attack on Titan 2, and I actually really enjoyed that game.
Like the ending scene on Joker.
Really quickly. But
spoiler alert.
It was actually a really fun game for a while.
Nice.
For anime games, I think it just depends.
Yeah, it's few and far in between.
Atlas makes anime games, but it's like their own anime that they might make into a series.
Well, see, they do the opposite. They make animes based on their games that are awful.
Big facts. Big facts. But that's about it for this episode. We're gonna drop another cheat code. I think Rob is gonna throw out our cheat code of the week, something he used to like back in the day.
Yes. So the cheat code of the week this week is a little cheat code called Evil Cars from Saints Row 2 specifically. I believe it also existed in Saints Row 1, possibly also 3, but we're not talking about those today. We're talking about Saints Row 2, Evil Cars. Me and my friends would get together on a couch, throw on the Evil Cars cheat. You would go into the phone, the in-game phone, and you would just type in the word Evil Cars, and then every car with a driver in it would try to attack you. We would also turn that on with combination of low gravity and player pratfalls, just to give yourself like a chance, and we would just try to see how far we could get down the street without dying. It was super fun. It was a really challenging game. You would jump over a car, and the AI of the cars would immediately know to start hitting reverse. Like, they wouldn't hit a Yui or anything. They would just start backing up towards you. So you had to keep an eye on a swivel. Like, you couldn't really just focus on what was ahead of you. So great cheat. Already a great game. Makeshift mini game right there. Evil Cars, Saints Row 2.
Oh yeah. All right, boys. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week on Thursday, 5:30. You can always watch us on YouTube if you want to rewatch it. All the links will be in there below. Like I talked about earlier, we got a couple things brewing. Phil's going to be doing his grab bag stuff
probably every month, just so I have enough.
Yeah, every month or so. We do have something in the works still for you anime fans out there. It's coming. As well, we will be streaming Rainbow Six Siege from time to time, the Warzone from time to time, and as well, those streams will be live on Twitch and YouTube, but they will definitely be on YouTube to rewatch if you want to do that later.
Yep. And then this is just for everybody for YouTube. We're gonna do 2 versions of this. We're gonna also start doing a condensed version. So if you're someone who doesn't want to sit through the hour and 10 minutes currently, and you want to just kind of get the tidbits, get the juicy tidbits, get the jokes, get the hotness, then just see the TLDR version. Yeah, the TLDR version of this.
TLDR.
Yeah.
Cool.
Too long.
All right.
TLD.
Thanks, guys.
Too long.
Woo
didn't
woo.
watch.
Ooh.
We're already on the outro.